Ashley.
I'm Lisa. April 23rd, and it's episode 38, and we're a week late.
We are.
Life was not happening last week. There was too much life.
It was.
So, it's okay. We'll do the best we can.
Yes.
You wearing anything knit?
I am not today.
I am
busy
wearing
day. That's cute.
my Leela top, and we have talked about it before. It's a really cute top. It's mohair and fingering held together, and it's super light. When we talked about it, they had you do a dumb tab, and literally it laid here for probably almost a year because I didn't know what to do with the tab, and I ended up ripping it out and just doing a little seam. I have a white button down underneath it. Yeah, it was fun to do. It was quick. I believe it's one piece, probably bottom up.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, because I finished up here at the top, and it was like this I-cord tab. It was gonna make it like this big and separate, and I was like, that's dumb. I didn't, so I ripped it out and just seamed it. Just did like a little mattress stitch here and here. My hair. Yeah, it's kind of boat neck, and honestly, I could have sewn it in more. I could do whatever I want, but real happy with it now. I've worn it a couple times, and perfect for like this weather.
Yeah, definitely.
Good layering piece. You know, I think I could wear it in the summer with just a tank top and still be comfortable. So that is a fix and finish, I guess. So, and you don't have anything.
Not wearing, yeah.
Okay, FOs. I have 3.
I have one, so you can
Okay.
start.
All right, I'm going to start. One is, I need to do, no, I don't. Socks I did for a customer. This is from a sock tube, so from my circular sock machine, I cranked a big long tube and then add the cuff, the heel, and the toe. On the heel, I do about 5 rounds before I start my decreases. On the toe, I do about 3 rounds. And I use my handy dandy ruler to decide. I just, the customer, I said, what shoe size are you? And then you hold it here and it tells you where to start your toe. So a pair of socks. I have one more to do for her, but I will leave these here and she'll probably get them tomorrow. And this is what I had left from the sock tube. So I was going to ask her if she wanted shorties, but we'll need to measure and see if I have enough to do shorties. If not, the other thing either she or I could do is do a yarn cozy.
Oh, yeah.
So you can just take a section, put a couple rounds on it, put a couple rounds on it, and you could have a couple yarn cozies. So not a waste, but that's a finish. My next finish is the Hito food. We kind of did an impromptu knit along. Tony, Rebecca, and I are planning, I don't know if they have theirs done, wearing these to Frederick. Although I have decided I knit things too big. I am going to go down a size from now on. Because I just knit things too big. This is way too big. So I did a seam here. I'm going to put it on. And I added cuffs. This wasn't in the pattern. I just added a real short cuff, and you'll see why. Because
Now, Rebecca made this already, right?
She
She had
did.
it on at Tony's last festival.
she did.
Or somewhere.
Where were we?
Was it Tony?
Not Tony. We were away. Where was I last? Oh, State College
Yes.
at Fluff.
Fluff.
Okay, so it's really cute now, and it fits.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see where I did a seam? I probably took maybe 4 inches out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to ask my one customer, Nicolette, if she thinks I could steek that. So for the weekend, though, I won't see her before I go, and I wanted to wear it. So I'm going to leave it as is, but I'm going to see if I could maybe steek that and cut that
Yeah.
section out.
Probably the only difficult thing would be where you'd have to probably do an entire one of these sections, which is probably close to what you have anyway.
Yeah, I did do a section.
Okay, because
I took a section out.
the only thing that I would think maybe difficult is just with the lace. So you'd have to
Right.
probably go in one of those.
I think I took a whole section out. I'm worried about, because normally when you steek, you do some stitches that aren't going to run, that kind of stop it. And I obviously didn't do that. But the premise of this is it's Hito Fude, which means single brush stroke in Japanese. And you literally have one piece of yarn from beginning to end. So other than tying on, adding other skeins, you have one end here and one end down here. It was fun to do.
Yeah.
It was fun. And I mean, I
And
dedicated some time to it, so I'm not going to say it was quick. I did a lot. I feel like I did a lot of knitting. But this is my hand dyed yarn.
I like how it kind of
I do
fades.
too. And I kind of planned that. Like I started with a darker and then it was the same pan. Like it was one, and that's just how hand dyeds go sometimes. And then I kind of faded it to lighter, but I'm okay with that. So, but my lesson learned, I am now going to knit a smaller size.
And I am getting better at like neutral or negative ease, and knits is not too bad. A couple of the tank tops that I've made had some like negative or pretty close to neutral ease, and it's not as scary as I want to say it was, just because you do have a lot of stretch, especially in stockinette.
And that was better before I blocked it, obviously, because it was lace and I was like, oh, this fits. And then I blocked it and it really, really grew.
Yeah,
I may be able to reblock it, or I even thought about like putting it in the
dryer.
dryer. But that's scary.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like I might lose my lace.
Yes, I would worry that it would kind
It
of
would like
start to
felt and like I
together.
would lose that lace. So I think what I did was the best.
I think, yeah, for now,
solution
for
for
sure,
now.
and then see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, but I am going to start knitting smaller sizes. Go ahead. You have an FO?
All right, I have one. This is my, oh, I forget, what was the
Oh,
yarn?
oh, that's the Ella Ray
Armenia or something.
something.
It was,
That's not it, but it's close. Ella Ray.
it was supposed to be the Easter, and I did not finish it in time, so I just kind of made my own thing. It's stockinette. It has this little kind of slip stitch in
That's
the
pretty.
center. I went until I have a good bit left over. I went until I finished the color repeat, and then this section was kind of the middle before it repeated, like it went back the other way. So in this section, I just kind of stayed the same length. It's gonna be much bigger once it's blocked, because
Sure.
it's really curling on itself. And I said, this is the second side. This looks much better. These little kind of lace eyelets that I did on roughly the same color. I apparently forgot how to do eyelets, because then I realized whenever I did it the second time, and I was like, I think I just yarned over, and then I think I knit two together on my way back, and that's why they are all funky.
Oh, well.
But it's nice. It's like a good, you can just kind of knot it. So kind of that small scarf
Yep.
that
Cute.
we've been, but it needs a good bath and block, and I think it'll be a pretty good size then.
Good. On the same line, though, this isn't my finished object, but I wanted to show the winner of the contest.
Yes.
It's so cute. So, Miss Kitty, I believe, is the name of the pattern. And then she did this herself. She did this crocheted flower. And then she just put a button on the back of the flower, and it just goes through a hole. So you can kind of, but I thought it was so cute. She
It
did
is.
such a nice job. It was Marion Harris. She was the winner of the contest. Well deserved. And I had people vote. So I didn't pick the winner. And I had two projects, but I didn't enter them because that's cheating. But I just wanted to show what the winner did. And that's the same yard. Ella Ray.
Is there? Hold on, there's actually a tag on the floor.
Oh, is there?
I think so.
I think it is.
No,
Amatola.
Amatola is the one
That's it.
version, and then there's the other. Wasn't
Claudia,
there?
there's Ella Ray Amatola and then Claudia something, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a contest. They're just little tiny like balls, kind of
They're-
like
yeah, they
this,
were-
like 50 gram.
Yeah,
But
they-
there's quite a bit on it.
There was, and honestly, I was trying to hurry up and finish, or I probably would have made it longer, but I also wasn't sure how much of the repeat there was.
Yeah.
My only complaint of working with that yarn, it got very splitty, because I restarted probably 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
So I had to break once or twice because they kind of all meshed together, and it's silk, I believe, and I think it's just the silk that was kind of getting
Messy.
caught and kind of
Yeah.
almost felty together.
Okay. I have one more.
Okay.
This is the,
That's cute.
okay, this is the Spring Cowgirl. This is going to be May's project. So I'm doing this small shawl. This one's obviously going to be a cowl. But what you'll get with the box or bag or whatever I decide to put it in, the small shawl, you're going to get one of my hand dyes. So you need to let me know. This one's been spoken for, which I can re-dye more. And this one's been spoken for. So I picked like kind of one of the medium rainbows. And someone picked like the more pastel, but then this is like a gradient. And I can dye whatever. I have more yarn coming because this is going to Frederick with me this weekend.
That's
But
really nice.
isn't it cute?
It is.
So,
I have to get in on that.
yeah, this is the May. These will be ready May 1st. If you're interested in a kit, let me know. It's $40 and you'll get the pattern, yarn, and some type of freebie, something. I'll figure it out. So, yeah. But it turned out really nicely.
April's. Do you have April's? Or
It was the Raina. I have one out
Okay.
front. I didn't knit it, but I have knitted it previously.
Okay.
And it was a triangular shawl. I have one out front that needs blocked, but I didn't do one. And everybody got my hand dyed yarn. It was done in my hand dyed. So I've seen a couple finished. Because it's doable in a month. It's
Yeah.
absolutely doable in a month. So, and that is too, because I did it in about a couple days, week, maybe. And I messed it up, but I don't care. This part should be stockinette, not garter.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. And
actually, that was probably harder because you were probably flat still.
you're flat.
So.
No, it was easier because I was knitting every row
Oh yeah.
instead
Never
of
mind.
purling. But then I thought, who cares? And
No.
you know, but in the pattern, this should be stockinette, not garter. And if you're doing a gradient, you need to start with color 2, and then because you do this last. So if you want it to be like a true fade and have either your darkest color or your lightest color, you need to start with 2. But that's it, just start with the second,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So, yeah. But for this, it didn't really matter. It didn't really, If you're doing the multicolor, it won't matter what you do. You can do whatever you want. All right, whips.
I have a hoe.
Okay.
Too. So I have one sock. This is yarn from Chicken Knits. I want to say it's something. I need to find the tag. I want to say it's like Girl Party or something. It came with these two, kind of the pink and peachy, and then green mini. I did 15 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 for a cuff. I did 40 rounds for the leg, and then what I do is I use the light bulb stitch markers for my second sock if I'm not knitting them like exactly 2 at a time. And that way, whenever I mark every 10 stitches, and then I take out this marker and put it on the new sock that I'm working on. So like this one now has all
So you
of
only
those.
have like 10 more stitches to do.
Well,
10 more rows.
I have 20 some, probably not too many more than that. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then I'll go to my toe. This I actually did a little bit of a different toe and I actually liked it. It is a rounded toe. So basically instead of most of the time whenever you're doing your toes or cut in heels, you do you'll sometimes knit so far straight and then you'll do like an increase row or a decrease row and then together. This one you did a decrease and then you would do two straight rows and then a decrease row until there's a number on. I just Googled it and found a toe. And so you would do like that till you got like you took down 16 stitches or something, and then you went every 2 rows and then you went every row. So kind of just makes it a little bit.
So it's a less dramatic decrease.
Yeah, so it
But
kind
you're
of.
still doing like slip, knit on one end and knit 2
Yep.
together on the other.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And it was actually not too bad then either to do that.
Because it would make it a tad bit longer though.
I think so.
Because you'd have an extra row. Because I do
Well,
decrease knit, like every other row.
so I don't. It gives you numbers on the pattern I found. Like there was, decrease it till you have, a third of your total stitches or something like that. And then there's only a couple of those smaller, quicker rows. So I don't think it's probably too much longer than my normal one, but I'll be interested to see if I like that a little bit more.
Like this is, This is kind of the normal square toe.
So it's actually a little shorter, but that.
Yeah, but I did a few rows.
Okay.
So I have like 3 rows plain.
And I think I only did one to join
Okay.
my mini.
Okay.
But then also this is that a 72 inch or 72?
64.
Is it 64? These are 64 too. I tried them on and they actually fit pretty well. I was thinking about going down because the last pair of socks I did 60s. But I'm just kind of trying to experiment to see what I like. And I did a fish lips kiss heel.
Okay.
So
I did that one time and I don't know.
actually, I think I have to look at it at first. Like whenever I was doing this, I had to pay attention. And then when I did the second sock, I basically just glanced at it to make sure I knew kind of where the numbers went. But I was able to do it until I get to like the boomerang side of it, really without looking at the pattern too much. So I think if you did it a couple times, it would
Yeah, probably.
come back.
All right, whips. This is real quick, my Advent scarf. So I think I got one more. Here's my marker. So I did one more basically mini onto this. So it's kind of
More brown.
sparkly brown green. Haven't worked on it much. Really the Hito Fude was my main because I had kind of a self-imposed deadline. And the other, the other thing that I needed to get done to take to Frederick with me. So I had a sample to go. So that's that.
I have one more.
Okay, I have 2 more, but go ahead.
I pulled out since I was getting close to my socks, and I was kind of hoping to finish those, but I pulled out my Hohi One Love shawl because it's just been sitting there and it needs done. I just started clue 4. I believe I have about 10 more lace rows, and then I just do garter. I have a decent amount of yarn left. The lace is taking me a really long time, though. It's probably taking me a good
That's
10
a toning
minutes.
yarn, isn't it?
It is. This is
I
her.
could tell. That's funny.
It's her, actually, I think I have the tag. I do. It's her Grateful, which was the Steel City Yarn Crawl 2 years ago. I made my mom a shawl out of it, and then I had a second skein, so I'm debating if I want to keep trying to use more of it, or if I want to, because after the lace, is another round of garter, and they said you can either repeat the lace or just add more garter to it. Garter probably wouldn't be as bad, but the lace takes me probably at least 15 minutes to do a row because there's like 230 some stitches right now. So it's just really slow. I've been trying to tell myself I need to do at least like a down and back a day just to get it done.
How many more repeats do you have in the lace?
I think I have 10 rows.
Okay.
I just started clue 4, which between 3 and 4 it was the same like lace band.
Okay.
So it's probably doable. It's just I have to pay attention to it. It's not a hard lace pattern, but I'm excited to finish it just because I need some needles because I have some other things I want to start.
Yeah. So my next whip, and I think it's going to be a frog, and I'll tell you why. I am making vest number 66 by Daisy and Peace. Let me make sure I have that right. Daisy and Peace, yeah. So vest number 66. I saw someone wearing this at For the Love of Fiber. It was super cute. I'm in the middle of the row, but it doesn't matter because I really think I'm ripping it out. Because in my new mantra of it's going to be too big. I keep holding it up and it's going to be too big because you want it to kind of stop so that your tabs, like there's ties on the side, so you don't want it to meet. Otherwise you'll lose that image of like the tab at the side. And I picture wearing it over like this shirt. So as of now, it's going to meet. It is, I made the extra large and I'm going to go down to the large. And I may even go down a needle size. I don't know. I think my fabric is a little too loose. So I may go down a size and go down a needle size. So I think I'm going to frog this. I was knitting on it last night and I was like, I'm not really loving the fabric it's making. It's kind of see-through.
And I think for that, you want it to be more dense looking, just to kind of give that, it's almost like a bib.
Yeah, like a tailored look
Yeah.
is what I want, kind of. So I'm going to frog this and not go any further. And I'm okay with that. Because I am really making my things too big. So,
I know I have one, it's out of Yarnsmith's yarn that I'm really thinking about frogging, just because I don't know that I like the fit. It's DK on super small needles, and I don't think I'm gonna like it in the end. I
Okay.
liked it so far, but I just don't think I'm not gonna like the finished product as well.
yeah.
So,
My next one is a crochet. My Wednesday night gals, we saw this pattern online. It's a paid for pattern. I don't know where the real picture is. There's a lot of pages and they're not numbered, but anyhow, I'll show you. I am almost done with one panel, and there's going to be two of these panels. So it's kind of like a poncho. So it is going to be kind of cropped, and you can see so you did this piece first. Actually, you're working, yeah, you work it down and then you end it, and then you come up here and use your cast on, chain on edge to do this mesh.
nice.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be real cute. So you can see, like, this is my neck here, and I'm just starting over here to do the other side of the neck, and then I'll be ready to do the other panel. And then I'm sure you just seam them together at the top and probably down here at the side maybe to make like an armhole.
That's a
So-
nice thing about crochet too, is it's so much easier to just pick up and add on to things where
Yeah.
you don't have to plan it
Yeah,
as much.
yeah. So it'll be fine.
Is this like a cotton?
It is. So I'm using Bella Tweed. It's a newer yarn that I got in. It's cotton and recycled other fibers. So there are some little neps in it, and that's probably the other fibers that they threw in when they were milling it. But it has taken, I think I'm on my 5th ball of yarn.
It's the only bad thing about crochet.
It takes so much yarn.
Yes.
And now these are only 109 yards, 50 grams. So, but still, like, I'm going to have 10 skeins of yarn in this. And it is, it's kind of loosey-goosey big, but,
For that, I feel like that's kind of almost how it needs to be, just to
yes,
kind of,
yeah.
I don't want it to.
So, and I wanted it kind of cottony, so it could be like a summer wear. Yeah, but I only work on that Wednesday nights, because I'll tell you what, crochet hurts my arm. Hurts my arm.
Especially with that, I'm sure that cotton too is
Yeah.
hard on your fingers.
I can do it for a couple hours on Wednesday night, but that's about it. I really can't crochet much anymore. And I did start, I'm not even gonna show it because it's not, but I did start, there's a crochet version of that Spring Cowgirl. I think it's called Fall Cowgirl. And I did start that to have as a sample too, but I didn't get far enough to even talk about it.
Yeah,
So, anything else?
I don't think so. You're
Well,
going.
I have lots
So
more.
you're going to Frederick. So you have
Yes, so
lots
I'm
of
gonna
goodies.
show you what I've dyed this week. And I'm really digging, like, I feel like I'm finding my jam. Does
Yeah.
that sound like?
Oh, you got some of that. Is that the Donegal sock?
It
that
is
a-
Donegal tweed. So it's called Penelope Fingering Tweed, 85 superwash merino, 10% Donegal tweed nep. This one is called Old Glory. It is red, white, and blue, but country-ish. Not real vibrant. That's why I called it Old Glory. This one is my Patagonia or Duo Fingering, and it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. This one's called Watermelon Crawl, because when I did it, the dye kind of broke, and I got some, but I thought that kind of really looks like a watermelon.
It does. It almost looks like you tried to speckle it.
Yeah, but I didn't. Well, let's go through all the Donegal tweed. This one is called Clay and Sky. It's kind of browns with purple. There's a little smidges of blue in there. This one's called Fauna. It is yellows, greens, some browns. I'm really liking these.
These two look good together.
Uh-huh. That would be nice. This one's called Nightfall. Reds, purple, and black, I think, is what I put on this one. This one's fun too. Painted Canyon.
Like
So it's pinks and teals and browns. This one's called Lullaby Sprinkles, and I did it because it's kind of blue, pink,
yeah.
purple, and I thought, oh, it's kind of baby, but not. I mean, I would wear it, but
Oh, yeah.
it put me in mind of like, a baby. Kind of. This one is called Play Renegade. If you've ever been to a Steelers game, at the beginning, normally the beginning of the fourth quarter, people start shouting "Play Renegade," and the tailgate that we go to is the Renegade tailgate. So I thought that would be kind of cool. And the draft is this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Any of you watching, do not go anywhere near Pittsburgh unless you want to go to the draft.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Robert joked that possibly Friday he would send a truck to Pittsburgh just to see if he could get the truck on the news.
Maybe.
So,
Yeah, unless you have to go there, don't go.
Yeah.
This one's called Fiesta.
I like that.
Yeah, orange, green, pink. It reminded me of like Fiesta wear.
Yes, or it almost reminds me of like Lisa Frank too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was thinking Fiesta wear because that's the kind of dishes I have.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of like
They have all
these.
different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is called mint chocolate chip for obvious reasons. Kind of light green and brown. This one is called woodland. It is brighter greens. It's similar to fauna, but there's a few different colors. You can see there.
You could almost like fade those too.
Yeah. And then this one's day is done. And I have a few more that I didn't pull out because my car's packed. So those will get packed to go this week. But I had a lot of fun. My husband helped me babysit on Monday, so I was here all day Monday.
Yeah.
I was here all day Sunday. So, and I have some red, white, and blue sets because the 150, 250 year. So I figured people will be doing some red, white, and blue stuff.
I bet you could try and do like a red, white, and blue with that.
I found a scarf that is striped that I may try to do, or I may just knit a one skeiner.
That would be a nice like one skein for 4th of July, things like that.
Even like a Sophie or like similar to what you did, just
Yeah.
a small, because I mean, it's probably going to be hot, but little something would be okay.
Yeah, I should get that out. I have that flag. I'm sorry. I
You're
have that
fine.
flag. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, patriotic.
Yeah, it's like protest is
Patriotic
patriotic
or something, yeah,
And
I-
I need to find that to finish that because I started it this last year but did not
Yeah.
get it finished before.
Well, and I
the
think there's
holidays.
going to be a lot of stuff going on around
Yeah, I
the
think it'll
250. Like I know here in Kerwinsville, our historical society's already done a few things. So I thought I'll do some red, white, and blue. It's kind of the year for it. PA Yarn Quest will start on May 1st.
Yay!
I have passports. They look like this. It lists all the shops, and what it does, what you're going to do is buy a passport for $5 and then go to these shops and you'll get a stamp from each shop and at fiber festivals. If any of these people attend fiber festivals, which quite a few of them do, you can also get stamps at festivals. So like obviously I'm not taking my stamp this weekend, but I will have to from here on out. Yeah. So the deal is you go to 10 shops, you get a special stitch marker set. You go to 15 shops, you get a t-shirt. You go to 20 shops, you get a sling bag. You go to all the locations and you get all three. So kind of cool. And they're going to be like exclusive to PA Yarn Quest, like not something that shops or anybody's going to have. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I know I have a group, I think tomorrow, they are planning their attack.
Nice.
They are gonna all, like, they're bringing an atlas, they have their phones, they're going to plan like weekend trips to different sections of the state.
Yeah.
So-
That'll be fun. I don't know how many. I'm hoping to get a couple, but I don't know how many I'll be able to get.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can get probably 7 of them on the Steel City Yarn Crawl.
Yes, that. And then Stitchburg, you can probably get a handful of them too. So,
Yeah, Stitchburg is going to be a new festival in August. Not new, but it used to be PA Creative Arts Festival. It has been rebranded, rebought, renamed, and it's now Stitchburg, and it's a 3-day festival.
yeah.
I'm so excited. So I'll be in Pittsburgh for 3 days.
It's at the
Doubletree in Greensburg. Yeah. New folks are doing it. They just put out the list of classes. There's some really cool classes if anybody's interested in that. Yarn Quest. Oh, the other thing, LYS Day is this Saturday. I'm not here. My LYS Day and Tony from Rags LYS Day is next week.
Okay.
There's just no way. Like, Frederick is always on LYS Day. Nothing I can do, and I want to be here. So
Yeah.
we're moving ours.
There. I
So
wish I had saved it.
visit other yarn, shops or come to the festival and see us. And then my next show will be the Central PA Fiber Fest, which is in Hughesville, down below Williamsport, and it's May 16th and 17th. It's a 2-dayer. So I will go on Friday, set up, and then the show will be Saturday, Sunday. I have a couple new shows I'm doing this year. So
I was looking, I found a pattern that was made for LYS. And I forget
okay.
who it was.
Is it Casa Pinka?
I think it is.
Casa Pinka puts out one, and you have to buy yarn, and then you get a code.
Yes, I think you got it free, and it
It's not going to
releases-
work for me because the codes end at Sunday at midnight.
Yeah.
So it's not going to work for me this year. But, if you need help finding a shawl, let me know. I can find you a shawl.
Because I saw it post on Instagram or something.
Yeah, I
It's a
looked
cute
at it
little-
and I was going to email her, but I'm like, it's not going to work for me this year.
Yeah, that's the only downside
So-
about Frederick being then.
It is, but there's nothing I can do. It's a good show. So,
And I'm sure they probably use that to help brand probably. to get
yeah,
people
I don't
there.
know if they do, but I don't know. But it is what it is. It's always the same, in the spring is LYS Day. I wish they would move Frederick or move LYS Day, but probably not going to happen.
No.
Anything going on with you coming up?
I don't think so. We started soccer, so now we're at the soccer fields instead of at the school for wrestling. So
Yeah.
that's getting busy. Sports are still on, so we've been doing a lot of that, but
Yeah.
not too crazy yet.
So I'm going to rip out my number 66 and redo it. I don't know what I'm taking with me to work on this weekend. Probably the other sock that I need to finish for Colleen.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to finish this soon. I was hoping to get it done, but then I just didn't. I'm probably only 20 stitches and then a toe away, so it's not going to take me too terribly long.
So in 2 weeks, it will be May 14th, I think. Yeah. So hopefully
May 7th.
May 7th. Okay, I'm going to put on your podcast.
Ooh.
So hopefully it'll be 2 weeks instead of 3, but you never know.
Yeah, summer gets busy. I
Summer
feel
gets
like.
busy, life gets busy, and we do our best.
So,
So,
but
is that it?
I think so.
Okay.
Short one tonight.
Yep.
Happy crafting.
Happy crafting, and this will be live in a little bit if you missed, or posted in a little bit if you missed this live.
All right.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.